What's going on, guys? My name's Risky. Welcome to a quick The Hunter Call of the Wild video on my channel here today. This is going to be kind of an informational video going towards the beginners that are brand new to The Hunter Call of the Wild. We all know that 2018 was a pretty dang good year for The Hunter Call of the Wild DLC wise. We received like 2 or 3 new maps, a bunch of new animals, and a couple like weapon packs and stuff like that. So it was a pretty dang good year, and I'm very excited to see what 2019 has to bring us. As it is the new year, The Hunter Call of the Wild just released like a month or two ago the Hunter Call of the Wild 2019 edition. It does come with all of the DLCs that came all before, you know, the edition. So it has like Medved Taiga, Park Fernando, Verhanga, and all of that good stuff. I think it has Park Fernando, and I know it has Verhanga and the DLC, like the Duck and Cover DLC and all that good stuff. And it only costs like 40 bucks, I think. So basically, what I paid like 2 years ago for this game is now 40 bucks, and you get all of the DLC. So it's a really good deal if you do not have the game already. Be sure to go check it out and pick it up. It is well worth it in my opinion, and I have a lot of fun on this game. Well, not tonight. I tried recording like 2 hunting episodes just now, and one, my game crashed and it just messed up my whole recording, and the second time I did not realize my mic was muted. So yeah, down the drain that went. So I'm deciding to make this little beginner's guide video. So without further ado, if this video is very useful to you guys that are new to the game, please be sure to subscribe to the channel for more, and also hit the like button. And yeah, without further ado, let's get straight into the video. So the first little beginner's tip I'm going to talk about is to play on Layton Lake. This is the starting map. This is the map that I am on right now. This map right here. This is the first map you get, well, one of the first maps. You get Hirschfeld and Layton Lakes, but this is just the better one of the two, in my opinion, for a beginner, because you also get the 243 and the soft point bullets. You can go buy an unlimited amount of them for free at your little warehouse thing near your whatever the hell it is where you buy ammo and stuff. And you can also get the polymer tips for it, but I think you have to have like a certain amount of rifle score. I don't know how much it is. It might be like 250 or 500 or something. And you get rifle score by killing animals. So the reason I'm talking about Layton Lake is because this is a very good map for a beginner, because you have the 243, and if you have the polymer tips, you can take out pretty much any animal on this map with that weapon. So what I did as a beginner when I got this game, I took the 243 with the soft points, and I had like 500 rounds. I just bought like 500 rounds of them, and I just went walking up and down this little river here. This is a very good area. Once you get too high, you start to go up there in like Roosevelt elk territory. So once you're down here, you get like moose, blacktail, whitetail, coyotes, and like brown bear and black bear or whatever it is. And those are pretty good. And if you want to take out a moose with the 243, you need to go for either a neck or a spine shot and use the polymer tips. It just makes it that much easier. You probably could do it with the soft points, but I recommend you do it with the polymer tips. And the whitetails and blacktails are just really easy to take out with the 243 as well. Speaking about shooting things with weapons as a beginner, just go around shooting everything. No matter if you see a level 1 deer, a doe, doesn't matter what it is. Just shoot it, get some money, and you know, progress and get that XP. The next thing that I highly recommend you doing is getting the 7mm. So once you have ran around killing enough things and you have enough money to buy the 7mm, I think it's like 45,000 or something, the 35,000, I'm not exactly sure. It's kind of expensive. It may be a little bit intimidating once you first see how expensive it is. But once you run around for a couple hours and rack up some money, then it'll be in there in no time, and then you'll be able to buy the better scope for it, which I think requires a certain amount of level. It might be rifle score, I'm not exactly sure. It's been a very long time. And you put that new scope on your 7mm, buy some 7mm rounds. You can go around killing pretty much anything with no problem, but be careful because certain animals will lower the integrity bonus. If you don't know what the integrity bonus is, it's basically I don't know, I'll try to explain this as best as possible. So you have the 338 and you shoot the white-tailed deer with it. It's going to have probably a 0% integrity bonus because that's just not the right caliber for that weapon. That caliber is made for like water buffalo and big bison and stuff like that. The the whitetails, you normally need to use like a 270, the 243, or the 30-30, I think. I don't know if the 45-70 works, but the 30-30 and stuff like that does. So that's basically what the integrity bonus is. So breaking that all down, what I just said is basically start off on Layton Lakes, get the 243 and try and unlock the polymer tips. Buy a bunch of ammo first and use the free soft points. Go around near the river areas, killing everything you see, doesn't matter what it is, racking up enough money to buy the 7mm and using that 7mm to actually go around and trying to take out the bigger and better animals. The next thing I'm going to be talking about in this beginner's guide video is the HUD. The HUD is kind of confusing once you're first starting out. It was for me anyways. Not really the whole HUD, but the little cone that you see there on the compass and the little circle you see in between the heart and the volume little icon down there. So the heart and the volume is kind of self-explanatory. The heart is obviously your heart rate, and you can see as I'm running that starts beating faster and getting red, and you can see when I aim down the scope I'm going to be very wobbly. So say there's an animal down there and I'm running and I see it. You don't want to just aim and start holding your breath and take a shot, because you won't be able to hold your breath for a long time and you'll just be very wobbly. What you need to do is preferably crouch or prone, because that'll give you the most stability. Wait until your heart rate has gone down a lot. Take your time, then hold your breath and get as still as possible, and then take your shot. So that is the best way to do that. The little volume icon down there is pretty self-explanatory. It's, as you can see, if I'm running through different types of bushes and stuff like that, the little thing goes up. You don't really have to worry about your volume. I don't really pay attention to that at all, unless I'm like right next to an animal and I'm hiding under a tree or something like that, and they're like right next to me and I'm making a lot of noise, moving around, turning and stuff. But I don't really pay attention to the volume, so just don't really worry about that. The thing in the middle, like the little circle you see there in between the heart and the volume, is the tricky one, or that's the confusing one. Or at least it was to me when I first started out. I didn't know exactly what that was, but now I know. As you can see, when I'm walking out here in the open, it is a complete circle. That means I am completely visible to pretty much anything in the area that could see me. Let's head over here. Let's crouch. You can see it turns into like this little weird like football oval shape type thing. We will prone in the open. It turns into this line with a half circle. That means you're kind of hidden. If there was an animal in front of me, it probably wouldn't see me unless it got a little bit closer. I don't know. It's just weird. So you'd be fine, but it probably would see you after a little while, after it realized you were there. Let's go over here and get into this tree. As you can see, when I'm in the tree, there is a solid little, oh wait, right there, that little white line. That means you're pretty hidden. You could have an animal walk right up on you and they wouldn't see you, as long as you don't have a scent on them, or if they don't have a scent on you or whatever. And as you can see there, that you probably can't even see that on the video. It's really hard to see. It's like a very small gray line. That means you are completely hidden. If you have a perfect wind like this, if an animal's over here and you're hidden and you're not making any noise, that animal can get right up on you, a whole herd of them, and they will not spook unless you do something really stupid. So that's basically what that is. That is your visibility down there. But anyways, let's move on to the compass. If you can see that green cone there, that is the wind direction. So facing this way, this is where the wind is going. It's going this way, and we're going downwind this time. So if an animal is over there, you are perfectly fine. They will not smell you. If an animal's over here and you're trying to sneak up on them and you're perfectly hidden, but they still spook, and you're like, what the heck, why did they spook already? I'm perfectly hidden. It's probably because you got smelled, and they could smell you. So you don't want to do that. You want to try and take the best route around that and trying not to get smelled. And they also have the scent eliminator for purchase in the store. I think it's like $3,000 for like 10 cans, and it lasts a little while. I normally have that on me, but it doesn't always work, it seems. It works. I think it wears off really fast. They say it doesn't wear off, but I think it does. I'm not exactly sure. But yeah, I'm going to teleport back to the outpost and change the time. I'll show you this here. While we're here, I'll bring up an example. This game tends to rain a lot, at least for me. I find it raining a lot, and it's very annoying. You can use the rain to your advantage. In the rain, you are slightly more hidden from the animals, and you are Your sound doesn't really matter as much because you're quieter and the rain like hides your footsteps. All you got to do to really get rid of the rain is just come over here to your bed. This does cost money. The first time it costs like $250, and we'll just change the time here. I think the second time cost $500. The third time cost $1,000. I'm not going to spend any more money, even though I have a good chunk right there. But yeah, that's if you ever want to get rid of the rain, just go ahead and sleep a couple hours. And yeah, that's basically all I wanted to really get into for the beginner's guide. That's all you really need to know. This game is not super complicated until you get into like trophy ratings and scores and weights of animals. That's more of the complicated part, but this is just a beginner's guide at getting you all started for the 2019 of the Hunter Call of the Wild. All of these new players. This game gets brand new players every single day, and I know maybe this video helped you out. If so, please be sure to subscribe and hit the like button. I tried explaining everything as best I possibly could. Like I said, I'm kind of frustrated right now. I just tried recording 2 different videos for like 3 hours, and they just didn't work, man. Things don't go your way all the time, and it kind of sucks and it gets really frustrating, so I decided to make this quick and easy short video that probably can serve for some very useful information. So if you did find this video useful, like I said, hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and yeah, it's been Risky, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Later.